Join me on my hike across Scotland. I'm doing the John Muir Way, the West Highland Way, the Great Glen Way. Welcome to another fine morning in Scotland. We are on segment 3, going from Prestonpans to Edinburgh. And just to give you an idea, that hill over there, that is King Arthur's Seat, which we are going to walk by the base of on the trail and most likely hike up today. So I'll get some film from there. It's a pretty short segment, it's 10 miles. So, right, this is the coastal approach to Edinburgh. I've been practicing my Scottish accent. I don't think I'm going to use it too often. But you can see from here, obviously St. Arthur's, or King Arthur's Seat. And behind it there's a stack, which I think is up on the Edinburgh Castle. You can kind of see that lava flow that makes up the Royal Mile coming off of that stack and headed kind of out to sea. It is low tide, so we get this beautiful sand opportunity. Unfortunately, there's no real way down. I mean, obviously, way off in the distance, you got the white buildings. That's the main port for Edinburgh. And then beyond that, probably can't see on camera, but those are the bridges. So that is stage 4. Will be ending at those bridges. That'll be pretty something. That'll be in today's Sunday. That'll be Tuesday because I'm taking a down day for resting tomorrow and sightseeing. So this is our approach. Welcome to Musselburgh. So this is the town of Musselburgh, and it has its name because in the 1700s and 1800s, this whole area is where they used to farm mussels. So that makes a lot of sense. And you can tell there's no harbor capabilities here. The main harbor's out there. Mostly, they said that it's dredged, but where we came from, just west of Prestonpans, was very industrial, and apparently that's where the original ports were for Edinburgh, because that's as far as the big ships could get in without running aground. So they do have to dredge this to get to that port, but they don't use it very much anymore. Hey, welcome back. Look at this. I finally got access to the beach, and thankfully it's low tide. There are just mussel shells everywhere. I assume these are what break down and make the sand. All right, so this is Musselburgh, and right over there is the Musselburgh track, which is where the horses were racing yesterday, and brought a couple of people into the campsite. Just love having stories with people that I meet on trail and at the campsites. In the middle of the racetrack is a 9-hole golf course, the old Musselburgh course, and they claim to be the oldest golf course in the world at 350 years old. I was talking to a gentleman on the hike about a half hour ago, and he was saying that some of the more wealthy clubs purport to be older, but they're the ones that claim to be the oldest. So, wow, it never ends. The excitement, the changes, so it's low tide. I'm gonna do something I never knew you could do, never dreamed of it. I'm gonna walk in front of the harbor at low tide. I've never seen anything like this. I'm walking into the harbor. Once I saw that I could do this, you know, I started way over there. I just started running, almost running. My shoes are reasonably dry, and this is one of the reasons why I knew I needed my boots for this trip. You never know when the water is going to be a challenge. But I was running because you know, I'm not used to the tides. I don't know how fast this is going to come in. I know it's hours away, but I was still excited. Yeah, I'm walking into a harbor. A lost pot. All right, this is going to get, yeah, this is going to get dicey in here. How about that? Well, I'd say that's pretty good excitement. Edinburgh. Here we are underneath King Arthur's chair. You can see the path is pretty stable right in front of us, but it's a steep climb. There's a lot of switchbacks. We're on the Innocent Trail, and we're about to enter the Innocent Tunnel. I guess this goes back to a railroad from the 1830s that was horse-drawn because people were afraid of steam locomotion or steam engines, which at the time I think was a founded fear. So anyway, it was horse-drawn, and we're about to go into the... But I'd turn on again because there's golf courses all over this side. And this is pretty neat. You know, we're in the middle of Edinburgh, and this is just in the middle of town. Up ahead, maybe you can see a tunnel and a string of lights. That is the Innocent Tunnel. Well, the trail actually goes up and around, but I've been told so many times to go into the tunnel. I'm going to go into the tunnel. Well, that's about it. It does go on for a long time. Looks to be about a quarter mile. This is a great place to come when it's raining. Maybe. Seems to be dripping from the ceiling. All right, the Innocent Tunnel. We are pretty much, I guess, in the center of the non-castle part of Edinburgh. This is the Meadows, just a huge park. Effectively the central park or grand park of the city. Concerts and all kinds of stuff going on here, and surrounded by the University of Edinburgh. That's most of the buildings on the edge. And as we get farther down, the more modern buildings. We have about, I don't know, this park is, I guess, about 1 kilometer long. So our section today ends halfway through the park, and we'll pick it up again tomorrow. It'll actually be Tuesday. I'm going to take a day off, do some laundry and sightseeing. So thank you for traveling along with me on my hike across Scotland. The John Muir Way, West Highland Way, and the Great Glen Way. No way, all the way. That's how tired I am.